The G Wade Podcast with Deacon Dirty.
So what was your what was the thing that got you? Because clearly arts is your thing. But what was it? What was that defining moment or that awakening moment that you said, "This is what I want to do"? How did you? Were you singing in the tub one day or dancing in the hall of Dukes?
You know what? It is actually it was my 6th grade class trip to New York. Okay. And so, you did your class trip and we went to New York that same day. I will never forget it. Sammy Davis Jr. and Jim Henson both died that day.
Oh, wow.
I don't even know. That day, that just sticks out in my mind. Yeah. But we go to New York and we saw the musical Cats. Okay. Now, people either love Cats or they hate it because it's really cheesy. It is traditional musical theater. But when I tell you, I watched those people on stage and I said, my dad went with me because they didn't let me go anywhere without a chaperone.
Right.
And I saw that musical and I said, I want to do this for the rest of my life. Wow. And I was actually getting ready to play Dorothy in The Wizard of Oz in the school play.
Really?
And side note, there were some upset parents because they felt like we weren't doing The Wiz. And I was playing Dorothy. But anyway, that was when I realized that I wanted to do it. Yeah. And I was like, this is as crazy as this. I want to do that. So that was when I knew it was 6th grade.
Wow. And so if you're saying that your father sat in the car for 3 days to get you on the list of the magnet schools, I know 100% they were behind you in your decision to become an entertainer, an actress. Yeah. And you're like you're the triple threat.
They were both in public service. Say that again.
I'm sorry. You were saying you said they were both what?
My parents were both in public service. My dad was a DC cop, as I said. My
what
mom,
district?
He worked for federal government, protective services.
Okay.
So since you know DC, the Reeves Center, 14th
and
U.
Of course, yeah, dope.
That was his primary place, but he bounced all over because he used to guard Marion Barry, a bunch of the council.
The only mayor of DC. Sorry to the new mayor of DC, but Marion Barry is the only mayor of DC.
I know, it's so funny because when people are like, "Oh, that was the crackhead mayor," I'm like, "Don't you talk about him? Don't
relax." Yeah, watch yourself now.
Don't do it. That man did a lot for the community. Be upset if you want to, but he was very community driven. So
I got my summer job through the summer job program with Marion Barry. You know what I'm saying? So yeah. I'm indebted to him.
Listen, summer jobs paid well.
Absolutely, they did.
$15 an hour at United States Information Agency in the 90s.
But it's funny. My path, I'd imagine, must have been laid out because my summer job through that program was in radio.
Oh, where?
It was at what's the public access downtown by Gallery Place? WPFW. Does that sound right? Is that the one? It's the one where what's my man where they did the movie, Deke? Don Cheadle played him. Sheesh.
Oh, the guy that was
Petey Green. It was at this station, right?
Okay. Yeah. That's what's up.
Yeah, and I went to school with his son and daughter, Petey Green's son and daughter.
Okay.
Yeah. So knew that this is what you wanted to do, and so what was your first out after Dorothy? What was the what was the trajectory? What led you? What was the path?
Oh my gosh! So after Dorothy, then I went to junior high, and pretty much sang that the most time. I started off a dancer. I grew up a dancer, ballet and modern dance. And then, so I did that in 6th grade, went to junior high, primarily focused on choral singing. And I played flute in junior high. Cool. Junior high was hell on earth. You couldn't pay me to relive those years.
Wow.
And then after that, I was still dancing on the weekends. I realized that I wanted to go to Duke Ellington. There was no other place. It was either Suitland, which had a performing arts. They had performing arts magnet school.
Really? They did? Okay.
Yep. It was either Suitland or Duke Ellington, but I really wanted to go to Ellington because all the people I knew in Ellington were like really good. Suitland was, Suitland was cool, but I was like, Mom and Dad, can we,
Oh yeah, because
I want to go to, So
Duke Ellington spit out like some acclaimed folks, such as yourself, Chappelle, Dave Chappelle went there. Yeah.
My homegirl Edwina Finley, Yazra
Really?
the singer, Tony Terry to take y'all back a little bit.
Shout outs to Tony Terry.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I know, right? Hey, Tony.
Yeah.
So yeah, there's a list, a slew. Denise Graves, who's a famous opera singer.
That's right.
This
Yeah.
goes on and on. So yes, I knew I wanted to go there. Suitland was cool, but that's my key.
Right.
And I started off as a dancer.
Mm-hmm.
And I didn't know that there was this first year rule that in the dance department you couldn't perform. You could only focus on dance. That was it. Well, I also was an actress and singer. And so there was a group at the school that let you do all three. And
Gotcha.
I got involved with that group, and our ballet mistress, Miss Welters, found out that I was performing in shows. I mean, I guess I just missed the day that they talked about you're not supposed to do anything else.
Right.
And when she found out, she gave me an ultimatum and said, you will either be a dancer or you can go do your other stuff.
Wow.
And as devastated as I was, because I'm thinking, well, what about all this Broadway stuff? People sing and dance.
They sing and dance, yeah.
There's so much more to this. And so I left the dance department. Well, kind of got put out, but whatever. And went to the vocal music department because they said, if you come here, you can do it all.
You can do it all. Wow. So you were moonlighting, and she said, no, we can't have none of that. Right.
Yeah.
Oh, that's interesting.
No. And I ended up for the recital that year. She pulled me from the recital, and I had to put all the appliques, the sequins, and all the small stuff on the tutus. That was my punishment.
Wow. Sorry. But whatever doesn't kill you makes you stronger. That's what they say.
That's right. Listen, I can sew. Don't worry. I can sew too.
And got a trade out of it. That's what's up. And so you were nominated for, what was the Washington Area Music Association?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So fast forward, all this stuff happens in high school, performing all over the place. I used to sing. Matter of fact, I used to sing at the Ritz nightclub. You remember the Ritz?
Of course.
I used to sing at the Ritz nightclub.
What year was this? Circa when? What year?
Oh, not late 90s.
Late 90s. Late 90s. Okay.
Late
I think I was off that scene by that time.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. I used to sing at the Ritz nightclub. I was 14 when I got my first club.
Okay.
Gig.
What was it? Go-Go Band?
Say it again.
Was it with the Go-Go Band?
No. It would be all kinds of just like one-offs and
Gotcha.
Different nights. You know. Yeah.
The
What
top 40.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so I used to sing at the Ritz, and one year I made my circuit. I hit a couple of different clubs and was nominated alongside Tony Braxton.
Tony Braxton,
so,
yeah.
Being 16 years old, and they're like, "Oh, you're nominated with Tony Braxton," and I'm like, "Well, I know I'm not gonna win, but this time.
The nomination is still appreciated, you know."
I'll take it. Yeah. Is there a certificate? Is there a little trophy? Like,
right. Consolation, you know.
Yeah, I'm okay with that. Look who I'm with. I'm okay.
Absolutely.